Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Shape the early mid so well with those ultimates that they can use. Like, Lucian is going to be strong there basically by default unless something goes super wrong. And Cuz picked Wukong instead of a Trundle, instead of a Volibear here. So isn't going to be able to impact. I loved how Deft set up the lane here, though, for the Trundle gank. And then aiming is able to communicate it.
Okay, Dredge line is going to work out here as Beryl. Can he actually dive on top of Deft is the question, and the answer is no. As the you and me cooldown is just a little bit too much. As now Vikla trying to trade back, shifting sands. It's a huge wave to potentially deny. As Rascal moves on in, he'll pick up his drill. There's the Nara into the wall as Kingan's going to flash, get himself out of the way. Great double knock-up is going to come through, and the teleport comes down as well. Now the Ornhorn's going to come out. The answering one is there as well, as the Emperor's Divide's going to throw Vikla back towards the turret. The flash forward, though, and Zeka may have overextended. The Conqueror comes through, and the kill goes to Rascal, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a
How the last game went, right? As Cuz going to pay another visit here towards the bottom side. Dredgeline is going to miss. Cyclone will get the knock-up, though, as now Pyosik going to make his way forward. Extendo Beam trying to get that work done, but Def turns it around. Cuz now getting the back massage that he would prefer not to have, and now Vikla is looking for Zeka. Shifting Sands going to come. Yep, Pyosik going to move in here. KT, full information. Dredgeline lying in wait as Prowling Projectile comes down. Zeka's the one that's caught, but everyone just gets pushed away. Zeka does manage to escape. Final Chapter will secure the kill onto Cuz. Now Pyosik has his cat back, but KT still
further faster than we saw in the last game. But after that first kill, he has been, you know, pretty tame. Hasn't been able to find anything. That kill that Deft and Beryl were able to turn in the bottom side onto life actually really relieved a lot of the pressure here for Zeka. I do think more Azir players should be willing to go for this in comps like this.
The side steps from Zeka there as Emperor's Divide's going all around the rift, but Vikla just going to get wrecked by the pillar, and Pyosik's just going to chomp him. 26 seconds on this Infernal Drake as well.
Nicely from where Vikla left, and Cuz is going to be able to come over here and get this.
Yeah, they don't actually get enough control here. Kingan did not have teleport. Zeka did not have teleport. Had to catch those waves, and despite a missing Sylas. Sylas had more vulnerable because Vikla can come in and Emperor's Divide. I'm pretty sure he didn't steal that one too recently.
Final Chapter coming through here. Here's the bullet hell that we were talking about, but maybe it's hell for DRX as the culling now going to try and turn it around. Beryl going to be taken down yet again, though, and now Vikla turns up, subjugates the Trundle as Emperor's Divide is going to come through, but Zeka is just dead. Oh no, he is going to survive. Shifts
so it's not the same sort of huge spike he's going to get, but it is pretty massive, the amount of money he just got in his pocket.
No, absolutely. And I think Zeri's a more scary late game carry as well. So this is all just bad news for DRX, who are now trying to find themselves the team fight that they want. Ornhorn picked up by Vikla, and he's going to call the Forge God pretty early. Dredgeline doesn't find the mark, but oh my god, the burst damage here from KT is absurd. Rascal looking for Deft, and he'll find him. Emperor's Divide to try and keep them away, but the Lucian is still going to be taken down, and aiming is just a man possessed. Zeka will be taken down. Beryl has no friends left, and KT, I mean, this game is just donezo.
It's over. It's over now. It is 100% over. And you know what? DRX did it again.
Yeah.
And they literally just took two back-to-back forced fights. Their composition has some aspects of scaling, right? Like, yes, the Zeri is accelerated. I understand the feeling of desperation here. At this stage of the game, you want to try to get a pick. You want to try to actually get a win in a fight and shut down this Zeri and grab a second Rift Herald and get a little bit more map control. But if you force these fights against a Zeri in a choke point, after forcing a fight into on the bottom side, like Cuz has had a fantastic series, and
he has. Kingan's not so much had a great series, as he'll cram his head into his own turret and die. That's how that one's going to go. As Def gonna try and find Cuz here, who goes into his stopwatch pretty quickly. Culling is going to take down the Wukong, but Dredgeline, max range is going to connect, and aiming turns up in the nick of time. KT going to get swept up, though, as Zeka's trying to be the hero, but aiming still has full health, guys. This Zeri cannot be ignored, and KT can still push forward.
Hey, he's got full health. He's got an Immortal Shield Bow that doesn't even pop. He's not interested.
Talking about
Looks like it will be just mostly Rascal taking this one out, but at the end of the day, they do not actually clear that ward to make it obvious that they are there.
As Teleport is going to interrupt the back there from Rascal, who will die, but he'll get his team of Baron. As he's just going to dance, throw some buttons around, sounds good. And that means that KT will be delivered the Baron buff, and Rascal says worth in all chat. Make sure that he does that. I really wish that we could pick up the chat.
DRX just taking some poor fights here, now there's just no fights to take.
It's getting more difficult, but Def just did complete his Infinity Edge. Theoretically a possibility for a fight. Ornhorn going to come through DRX's last chance. Saloon, great double knock up there from Kingen in the backline as Deft is going to pick up the depth charge and move it towards the back of the fight. Aiming is extraordinarily low this time. The pillar to deny Rascal his entrance into the fight. The extendo beam not going to work. And DRX will steal the team fight from KT, even when 10k gold behind. KT still hold all of the cards here, as Kingen does have his ulti back available yet again. No flash, but at least does have Call of the Forge God as Pyoshik. All right, here's the other Call of the Forge God to come through here as Kingen. Let's see whether he has the answer. The Trundle's already dead though, and Kingen will be able to get a few knockups, but aiming is unanswered this time. And yeah, I have a feeling that KT may have just found the victory in this particular team fight. Rascal finds a Gnar as Def looks for Vikla. Extendo beam is going to be there as Rascal is going to chase down the Lucian as best he can. Zeka is trying to escape, but he's not going to be able to do so here as Deft is dashing, but it's not going to be enough. And this inhibitor will fall, and that will spell the demise of DRX.
Another fight forced here by DRX, but this time it was the only choice. They didn't have any other options. KT had the better prio setup. They were hoping that they could just force their way through. But unfortunately, the better Ornhorn comes out this time from Vikla's. A tragic ending. A tragic ending for DRX in what was a dominant Game 1 start to this series where they had such...